Set and ready to go at Colonial Life Arena. The opening tip controlled by LSU.
South Carolina is starting out in a man-to-man as Anissa Morrow scores. You will see a heavy dose of that when you watch LSU play. Wing, pick and roll, they executed it beautifully there.
Morrow has played in 123 career games, 92 double-doubles. Over 70% of her starts have ended in a double-double. Remarkable numbers. Started her career at DePaul. Gamecocks first touch. That's a three from the corner for Bree Hall.
South Carolina at their best when they share the basketball. Fagan, outstanding job, being patient and then finding her teammate open in the corner.
Williams off the mark, tapped out. It'll stay on this hit. So the starting five for the Tigers. Coming in at 20-0 for South Carolina. 18-1, the lone loss at UCLA. Pow Johnson, Hall, Kitts, and Fagan for head coach Dawn Staley. Great look on the inbounds play. Samaya Smith.
Miscommunication by South Carolina defensively, whether they were going to stay or switch. Really good look inside for LSU.
Gamecocks back to work. Raven Johnson to the top of the key. Chloe Kitts, the spin, and the finish.
South Carolina likes to run that little set to get Chloe Kitts the basketball on the left elbow so that she can drive to her strong right hand. Tough finish.
Seconds in, the atmosphere incredible in Columbia. Day Wilson stole it. For the steal by Johnson. Gamecocks back to work. Mid-range is there. Fagan connects. Her game has been elevated after the injury to Ashlyn Watkins 5 games ago. Flage, too strong. Kitts standing out of bounds. It'll stay with LSU. Dawn Staley, year number 17. A remarkable job here in Columbia, building this program, branding this program, and, oh, by the way, the 3 national championships. She was energized in our conversation earlier today. Awaiting LSU, talked about this building rivalry. She has not lost to LSU, with Kim Mulkey taking over in Baton Rouge in 4 previous attempts. Williams, mid-range is there, 7-6.
Talk about her mid-range. Michaela Williams is so good on the mid-range, and she came off the screen, just had a little bit of space. That's all she needs.
Fagan has it stolen away by Johnson. Flage on the move, lays it up and in. LSU in front.
Really tough finish by Flage Johnson, because that was really good defense by Bree Hall, staying between her and the bucket.
Well, she's been so much fun to watch this season. It's picked up by Morrow. Fagan back, and now launching. That's a 3. Tremendous pace and offensive efficiency to start. All 5 starters for the Tigers have already scored. Pow. In and out. First miss by Carolina. Here comes Day Wilson. Past the double team. Williams the step back. And from downtown LSU, another triple. It's 14-9.
That last possession, South Carolina was icing that wing ball screen, and Day Wilson navigated the baseline well, made a pass. Teammates made an extra pass to get Williams the look.
5-point lead for the visitors from Baton Rouge. Postponed to get here because of the snowstorm. Some 6 inches of snow down near the Gulf Coast. Pow off the mark, hits the offensive glass. She'll get it back and tapped out. Stay with South Carolina. Kim Mulkey, the head coach for the Tigers. She's got her team ready to go. 4-time national champion as a head coach, 3 at Baylor, 1 in the SEC with the Tigers. Malaysia Fulwiley checks in for the first time. A wide open path. An easy 2.
Kim Mulkey talked to us earlier today about what a difference maker Malaysia Fulwiley has been in the last 2 meetings with South Carolina.
Morrow no good, and finally the 3rd time's a charm.
LSU has been all over the offensive glass here.
Fulwiley. Williams tracks it down. Telling us today, too, this game's so big, not only because it's a rivalry because it means something in this conference. It means something in terms of the NCAA tournament as well. The importance of it cannot be stated enough. Morrow on the move.
Anissa Morrow has had a really solid start to this game. A couple offensive rebounds already. There she just beasts her way inside. It's remarkable what she accomplishes in the paint at her size. Listed at 6'1".
Pow covered up by Flaugier. Step back 3. Batted around, finally claimed by Day Wilson. Inside to Smith. Outstanding defense. And Flaugier on the putback.
LSU is #1 in the country this year in offensive rebound rate, getting 45% of their misses. And this is a game you question, can they get to the offensive glass against the size of South Carolina? They have so far.
Yeah, South Carolina without a defensive rebound. Gamecocks go back to work 7 minutes in, trailing by 7 at home, and here's another steal. And ahead to Day Wilson. Fastball sails out of bounds.
You heard Holly Rowe in the open talk about Anissa Morrow and her work ethic, and she just attacks Edwards. Shot blocker comes over as well, able to finish, and then Samaya Smith with the miss. Flaugier right there. That's a tough finish with a little righty hook.
Going back to Morrow for a moment. Is it born in somebody like that that's able to rebound the basketball at such a high level? Or is it learned? Is it a combination of both? Because she is only 6'1", but she leads American rebounding again this season.
I think it's a combination of both, but probably more nature than nurture.
Good look inside. And the bucket for Joyce Edwards. Well, the crowd here inside the arena, fantastic for a 5 o'clock start Eastern time on a Friday afternoon. It is a capacity look. They have been loud and proud to start. Fulwiley. Kits. Bottled up. Triple team. And she lost it. Flaugier ahead of the pack.
Those 50-50 balls are going to be so important. Anytime there's going to be a scrum, which team can come up with a few extra possessions in this game?
Both teams with 3 turnovers to start. LSU now rebounding South Carolina 8-4. Baseline jumper. Tessa Johnson.
LSU plays drop coverage on on-ball screens. When you play drop coverage, the mid-range shot is going to be there. We just saw that from Tessa Johnson.
It's the lost art in college basketball, the mid-range game. Day Wilson too strong. Kits has it stolen away by Morrow. Anissa Morrow. Wolfenbarger picks up her first team foul.
One thing you know when these two teams meet is you better get a body on somebody when a shot goes up, because they both have terrific offensive rebounders.
58% free throw shooter for Jersey Wolfenbarger. Veteran officiating crew this game today: Joseph Vasily, Katie Lukanich, and Brian Garland. Couple of free throws, 1 possession game here at the end of the first. Williams off the screen, and the skip pass, nobody's home. Kaylin Gilbert had just checked in, and she was near the top of the key. That'll be the 4th turnover for LSU. Now, Gilbert has been a spark off the bench for head coach Kim Mulkey this season. A couple of game-winning buckets, including most recently against Tennessee. Left hand, no less. Off the glass, nicely done for Fagan.
Once again, really good patience. No help is coming when the posts for South Carolina catch inside.
This crowd on its feet, a 1-point game. Here's Gilbert. The hesitation off the side of the backboard. Over to Morrow. And the first quarter comes to a close. The Gamecocks end on a 6-0 run. And the lead is won for the visitors from Baton Rouge. 10 minutes.
Terrific player who's going to be really good at the next level as well.
8-0 run for the Gamecocks. Morrow. Wiley swinging around. Tessa Johnson in and out. Wolpenbarger clears. Flage. Last year, Poa on the floor for the first time to begin our second quarter for the Tigers, and here's Gilbert. Poa from downtown. And it's out of bounds.
Well, Sanaya Fagan leading the team in scoring. She has been remarkable this season. Starting every game, she is finally finding her rhythm. I asked her why. She said, it's just confidence. I said, what are you confident in? Myself. I know that I can pressure on defense. I can use my voice. Offensively, my mid-range 15 to 17 foot is money. I can get 2 feet in the paint and score. She knows exactly what she brings right now and playing with that level of confidence.
And without Watkins, she has seen that production on the up and up. Off the miss, Flage Johnson throws it up and in and got the bounce.
How does she finish that? She tripped at the very end of her approach to the basket, still able to finish.
Johnson with a back door, and it was kicked out of bounds. It'll stay with South Carolina.
I mean, Flage is so good when she gets out in transition, but watch the end here. She gets her foot caught on the defender, goes down, and somehow still able to finish.
8 points so far for Flage, averaging 20 per game, 5th leading scorer in the SEC so far this season. Gamecocks will get it back. Only lost this season for South Carolina in Westwood at UCLA. Since then, Gamecocks have been dominant in every sense of the word. All of their victories coming by double digits. Timer down to 7. Pound draws the double team and stepped out of bounds.
Good active defense by LSU on that possession. Doncielli probably a little bit frustrated anytime you get a turnover. You don't often see point guards wearing number 50, by the way.
I love the look.
Just an FYI.
It's different, but fantastic. Cheyenne Day Wilson, the Miami transfer. Here's Morrow through 3 defenders and gives it up. Johnson, Wiley. Somehow corralled it and was fouled on the way up.
The beautiful part of that transition was that Raven Johnson was throwing almost an alley-oop to Mylasia Wiley. We showed in the open how she had one of those in their last game, but came down with it and then got fouled.
The all-time leading scorer in Keenan basketball history, the high school located here in Columbia.
Malaysia's been trying to find a way to get on the court. You know, she doesn't start, and she's been really working hard at that. But in the last 2 weeks, Dawn Staley told us she's turned a corner. Malaysia told us, I just used to get so sad when I wouldn't get in, but now I understand it's a bigger picture. We talk a lot about what I have to do to get on the court. It's me. I have to take better shots. I watch film and see what I did wrong. After she sat the whole second quarter against Mississippi State, she learned her shot selection had to improve, and it has. That's why she's playing more early today.
How about the effort and the hustle there? Malaysia Fulwiley.
We talked about it, the 50-50 balls and having active hands. Edwards gets her hand on it. Fulwiley surrounded by 3 LSU defenders, able to come up with it and get the foul called. And yeah, Holly, she was telling us today, I had to learn the difference between a good shot and a bad shot. It is up to the coach to teach you that.
Fulwiley tracked down by Bree Hall. And a fresh 20. Hagan tries to go baseline, covered up for a moment, in and out on the reverse. Tigers jumped out to a 7-point lead in the first quarter. An 8-0 run by South Carolina changed that. And LSU gives it back to the Gamecocks here. Lisa Morrow, 6 points, 4 boards. Outside to Flage again, a heat check, and it's short. Williams gets it back off the carom. Michaela Williams in traffic and off the glass.
The best part about that play was when she got the basketball, told her teammate with her hand, get out of here.
And Fulwiley fouled on the way up again. And Malaysia finding ways to generate points at the line.
Michaela Williams wants the floor cleared, has the ball, get out of here, I want to go one-on-one. Hall is a very good defender, corrals the ball like a running back, goes in and finishes anyway. She's got brute strength.
Sophomore from Louisiana, preseason second-team All-SEC. Nearly 17 points per so far this year. And Fulwiley back at the line.
By the way, later on in the game, if I do the Michaela Williams to you, it just means I want to talk.
You want to speak? Thank you. I think I understood that the first time around, but I appreciate the clarification. 2 for 2 at the line for Fulwiley. She'll get a breather. Raven Johnson back on the floor for South Carolina. And 6 points for Malaysia coming off the bench here in our second quarter. Tied at 29. What a start. And it sounds a lot like March in Columbia so far today. Flage, the mid-range.
Challenging this young one is, but they need to sink lower and try to cut off some of those lanes she's getting to the basket. Really went over it for a long time of how they can do better. Remember, she told us at shoot-around, Malaysia Fulwiley has kicked our butts the last 2 times we played them. They're giving her a lot of attention when she gets back out on the court.
Second foul on Joyce Edwards. It was the career-high 24 last year in the SEC Tournament Championship that was a big difference maker for the Gamecocks against the Tigers. Samaya Smith at the line, 71% this season. One more coming. Perfect start for LSU at 20-0, 5-0 in the SEC. Coming off an impressive win against Florida on Sunday down in Gainesville. The snow came into Baton Rouge. This game was supposed to be played yesterday. The travel not possible coming out of Louisiana to allow that game to happen. And a 5 o'clock start here on a Friday. You wouldn't know it by the attendance. It feels like a primetime matchup on a weekend where everybody has showed out. They've been loud and proud so far in Columbia. Gets off the fake. And tied up in traffic. Arrow gives it back to LSU.
We saw Kits have success with that, catching at the left oval, driving right in the first quarter there. LSU defenders there to meet her. Rip, go, gets by her defender. Smith, really good job getting her hands on the basketball.
Kaylin Gilbert back on the floor. Off the hesitation again, too strong. The contested layup. Morrow, no. And finally claimed by Bree Hall. Gets out of the double team. She'll get it back on Smith. In the air for a minute. Morrow another board. And Anissa Morrow now with 6 rebounds. Chloe Kitts just 1 for 5 to start. LSU has been physical inside. Rebecca, it's been a physical game so far without a lot of fouling.
I think the officials have done a really good job. Like, I don't think they're letting them play too physically. This is a physical game, and they're not letting it get out of hand, understanding what happened a season ago.
Is that a consideration if you come in to officiate a game like this, knowing what happened last year?
I think it is.
It's gotta be. Flage. Good box out by Tessa Johnson. Elbow jumper. 3-on-2 the other way. Outside to Williams and an open look. Smith on the offensive glass. Well, you can tell Gilbert wants it. She'll take it, rejected by Kitts. Johnson rips it away. Timer down to 5. LSU with 12 offensive rebounds to start. Flage wants it now.
Great defensive possession by South Carolina. You heard Megan talking about their defense picking up in this quarter.
In and out. Fagan can't believe it. A great bounce pass by Pow Pow. An efficient start offensively in our first quarter. The second quarter, it's been a different story. 8 points apiece. 7.5 minutes in. Gamecocks just 1 for their last 12 from the floor. Here's Pow Pow on Gilbert behind the back. And a 3. Tessa Johnson.
First of all, how did she get it there? Second of all, how did she even know she was there?
And then Johnson to train the 3 off the sweet dish. She's got 5 points so far for Dawn Staley's team. Under 2 to go in the half. Williams picked up by Fulwiley in contact. There's a foul. Malaysia will plead her case. That's her first.
I can't tell if there's a foul there or that. There was a lot of basketball.
Johnson off the inbounds, off glass. And a foul against LSU. It's going to go on Morrow.
I mean, you had the nerve to mention how few fouls had been called.
Shame on me.
It's all on you.
It's the jinx. 2-point game. The jinx is real, by the way.
It is.
You do have control. Broadcasters do over free throws, consecutive 3-point shots made, things of that sort. Maybe not. Fulwiley size it up for a minute. Not the handles. Comes up short. When Morrow in traffic, it doesn't matter. She finds a way to get to the basketball. Poeta Smith. Morrow. No. Out of bounds and last touch by Fulwiley, who was down on the deck in the process.
Watching Anissa Morrow rebound is a beautiful thing. If she can even get her fingertips on the basketball, she just slams it into the other hand. Isn't able to finish there, but she is relentless on the glass.
Now the strength in the hands, tremendous. She'll keep it alive for a moment. And a foul call under the rim. And that is Morrow's second. So now South Carolina, Rebecca in the bonus. In the final 65 seconds of the half.
Morrow going to the bench with 2. We already saw Joyce Edwards go to the bench with 2.
Now 6 points to 2.
It's really fun to watch them play. The way they shoot the 3, the way they full court press. It's different from most teams, all teams in the SEC.
Tigers have missed their last 12 shots, make it 13. Williams gets it back. And now Flage off the screen. Pow the rebound. 10-second differential between the clocks. LSU led by a point 10 minutes in, and now South Carolina by 3. Smith claims a rebound. Shot clock is off for the Tigers. Williams says clear out. Picked up by Pow. Off the screen and that